Hey guys, it's Kara. This is going to be my week of videos. First video for reaching 1,000 subscribers, which again, I am so ecstatic about reaching 1,000 subscribers. I started this channel about a year ago, and it just means so much to me that you guys like to watch my videos, and thank you. But the first video that I'm going to be doing in my week of videos is my favorite movies. Now I only picked 10 because I felt like 10 was a good, really solid number, and I figured that this video will kind of let you guys get to know my taste a little bit better, reaching outside the realm of just books. So let's get started. If you guys like any of my favorite movies too, please let me know, because I really like these movies a lot and I'll fangirl over them if you like them too. Okay, so the first movie that is one of my all-time favorite movies, and I think it's just because it's such a romantic, gushy, girly movie, but it's also super awesome and just is Ever After, a Cinderella story. Now, if you guys don't know what this is about, it's basically just retelling of Cinderella, but Drew Barrymore is kind of the Cinderella character, and it's kind of set in olden times, so it has like a Renaissance feel to it. Oh my gosh, if you have not seen this movie, you need to see it. It's so good. Okay, so the next movie that I absolutely adore is Labyrinth with David Bowie, because as you guys already know, I love David Bowie so much. Um, this, is about a girl named Sarah whose brother gets stolen by the Goblin King, who's played by David Bowie, and she has to go through a labyrinth to get him back. It is phenomenal. A lot of people don't like this movie. They think it's kind of weird and creepy, but it's awesome, so whatever. It might be a little bit weird and creepy. Speaking of weird and creepy, my next favorite movie is Interview with the Vampire by the novel. It's based on the novel by Anne Rice. So I always want to say this movie is by Anne Rice, but it's not. This movie has, if you guys can hear that screaming, it's my family downstairs. This movie has Brad Pitt, Antonio Banderas, and Christian Slater and Kristen Dunst and Tom Cruise. It has so many amazing actors and actresses, and it's obviously about vampires, so you guys should really go watch it if you haven't seen it. Okay, the next movie is one that I have never read the book for it, but I absolutely adore the movie, and I'm kind of afraid of reading the book for it because I like the movie so much, and I know the book is a lot different, but it is Tuck Everlasting. This movie, as you know, is about a boy who lives forever and a girl who, meets him, and they go on this great adventure. It's absolutely amazing. We did not have to watch this in school, I don't think. I think I just watched this by myself, or I might have to watch it in school. I don't remember. But regardless, it is one of my favorite movies, and it always makes me freaking cry. And my favorite quote ever is from that movie. Alright, the next movie, you guys will already know that I love this movie because it is in the background on my channel, and it is Spirited Away, and this is a Hayao Miyazaki film. And if you guys have never seen a Hayao Miyazaki film, you are missing out hardcore. His films are so magical, and they really do bring out the best of creativity, I believe. It's about a girl named Chihiro who gets kind of trapped in a spirit world after her parents get morphed into some creatures I'm not going to tell you in case you have not seen the movie. But regardless, this movie takes you on an adventure that you will never regret. Alright, the next movie is also it's an animated movie. One thing that I haven't mentioned is my favorite kind of movie are animated movies. I think it's because while watching a really great story, I also really enjoy watching the art, the animation that goes into it. To me, it's just so much more enjoyable to watch physically. But it is The Road to El Dorado, and this is, a class. It's about two guys who go to try to find the road El Dorado, which is the city of gold, and they find it, and it's really awesome. One of my favorite movies since I was a kid ever, and if you guys have not seen this movie, go see it. That's pretty much what I'm going to say for all of these movies. If you haven't seen this movie, go watch it. Okay, The next movie, I kind of correlate it really closely to Road to El Dorado just because it's another animated film that I used to watch almost every day when I was a child, but it is The Prince of Egypt. Now, if this is like a retelling, but not really, of Moses, because I know that there are a lot of differences in the actual biblical tale of Moses than there are in this movie, but regardless of its religious aspect, it is a fantastic movie. It really is. And the music in this movie, actually, the music in a lot of these movies is absolutely phenomenal. Actually, I love this soundtrack, and The Road to El Dorado has a fantastic soundtrack, along with Labyrinth, which also has, these three movies actually have really great soundtracks. So if you like movies based on soundtracks, you're gonna love those movies. Another movie, again, has a great soundtrack. I think this is the first R-rated movie that I'm showing you guys. No, Interview with the Vampires are, but this is another R-rated movie, and it is Repo, the Genetic Opera, which I think I have shown you guys in a previous video. I'm not sure. This movie is R because it's kind of gory, but it is a musical. Actually, no, it's not a musical, it's an opera, which means they don't talk at any point during this movie. Maybe one sentence or two, but as talking goes, there is a lack of. So if you guys don't enjoy musicals, you will not enjoy this movie because all they do is sing and rip people's guts out. I'm not kidding. One of the best movies I've ever seen. But a lot of people disagree and they hate this movie. So what can you do? Alright, the next two movies are actually really different. The first one is another animated film, which is probably my favorite Disney movie ever, and it is Hercules, because who doesn't love a really buff ginger that saves the world? Everyone loves him. This goes beyond all the other Disney movies in my mind, just because of the soundtracks, the story. My favorite Disney character ever, Megara, the girl. She is so sassy. I love her so much, and I used to want to be her when I was younger. And in the last movie, probably this movie I'm about to show you is probably one of the top 5 movies in the entire world. That is just, it's so unbelievably good, and I think it's good for boys and girls, and it makes me cry every single time, and not just like tear cry, like ugly cry. And it is The Patriot. If you guys have ever heard of this movie, you might think, well, that's a guy movie. A lot of my girlfriends tell me that, but I don't think so. I think this movie is so great because it's very historic, and you invest so much emotion in it, and it has a great cast: Mel Gibson, Heath Ledger, I forget the guy's real name, but Lucius from Harry Potter, Lucius Malfoy from Harry Potter. I don't know his real name, but he's also Hook in Peter Pan, and he plays the villain in this movie, and he is phenomenally evil to the point where you just want to rip his little head off. But this movie always makes me cry. I first saw it when I was really young, I think about 11, and I just remember, it left a huge impact on me, and every single time I would go to my cabin house that we had when I was younger, we would watch this movie. So I probably watched this movie at least 6 or 7 times in a year, and I watch it probably once a year just by myself to let myself cry if I'm having a bad day, because this movie is so good. Okay, so that was the top 10 movies that I think describe my personality and what I enjoy to watch. You probably will notice there's a lack of kind of actiony movies in there. I don't really particularly like action movies, but there are a few that are okay. Also, no scary movies, because scary movies scare me. And yeah, I just such a great collection of movies right there, you guys. I kind of want to go watch all of them right now. But anyway, stay tuned tomorrow for another video. I have a lot of really interesting things up my sleeve. Bye.